We've been able to do all that work. There is a time I visited Cape Town in South Africa, and I was in a place called Camps Bay. So when I was walking around, I saw, and I was so surprised to see a municipal school that was looking like a college in London. So I took photos, and when I came back home, I called my staff, and we decided we are going to transform our learning institutions to that level. And out of that, beyond the tiling and the infrastructure, we started landscaping and cabro. I wish, if I knew the whole Africa is here, I would have projected some of the photos of our public primary schools, because we've been able to do 65 of them holistically, cabro, planting palm trees, doing them very nicely, up to the point where the people in our village, when they do weddings, they go for photo sessions in our schools. One called Mudigiriri, you can check them later. Even the school I went and Irene went is also very well done, 65 of them. And this year, we started a program we are calling Kiharu Masomo Bora. It's taking care of learners in our day secondary schools. You know, that what I was talking about is primary schools. Just like many African countries, you also have secondary schools. When you leave primary, you go to secondary. So secondary schools, we started a program we called Kiharu Masomo Bora. And that program, we went more to the soft side of education. Yes, we've done infrastructure, laboratories, and the rest, but we also decided to keep the learners in school through this program. Kiharu has around 65 day secondary schools, those who go home every day, but they are in secondary schools. And we have around 12,000 learners. They pay, listen to this, we've been able to subsidize education in our place. So we have subsidized to Kenya shillings 500 shillings per term, which is around $4 US per term as school fees. And out of that money, learners eat in school from Monday to Saturday. I know that doesn't sound real. That they only pay $4 per term, not per day, per term of 3 months. And learners eat in school from Monday to Saturday. Beyond doing the other things like buying revision books and the rest, because we believe, as a leader, the leadership we are offering is not just for today. Our work is today a foundation for a better Africa, a foundation for our secure countries. Education plays a critical role in that. And that is why I have not mentioned to you roads and the rest, which we also do as leaders, is because I believe the foundation of societal growth and community development is in education. When you raise productivity per person, you are raising the stakes of also the community and the stakes for our own individual countries. Now, I want to go to today's conversation. And I requested that at the end, I will reserve a few minutes for interaction in what we call questions and answers. I didn't come here because I know a lot. I came here because it's African to share experiences. And the experiences I have could also help some of us, and I could also benefit from the many questions and interactions we'll have towards the end of this presentation. When I was invited to talk about community, about development, and we are church leaders, my mind first of all shifted to my grandfather, who was a canon, to look at him, because I'm talking to him today in you, because he was a church leader. So I was trying to check at the kind of decisions he had to make, and the same way that the decision you have to make today. So, and because once we go to the economic issues, we may delve deeper and deeper into them. Before I go there, let me also say this. I have read many books, but you can attest, all of you, there is no book full of wisdom than the Holy Book. And I wish, as even leaders, forget about it, the one for reading a verse. You know, when you just want to tick, you read, so you read a verse. If you actually read through the lines, and I have done it from Genesis first verse to the last one of Revelation. I've done it twice, at least, consistently, without now the ones we read on a day-to-day basis. You realize it is a great injustice any leader does when you don't, first of all, draw wisdom that is divine. The loser is you as a leader if you don't. Because you get practical ways on dealing with issues. And you get it at the highest level of wisdom there can be. And by the way, I also need to tell you, as my brothers and sisters, before I go into these jargons of economics, I know we are church leaders, but we are also human beings. So sometimes you have doubts about many things. You are from Eritrea, you have doubts about, is what you are doing safe enough? You are from this other place, and because we are human beings, we are weak. But I want to tell you, if there is anyone in this hall who has any doubt in their mind and their heart that what we talk about you as church leaders is actually true, if there is anyone who had any doubt when they came here, I want you to look at me, and when you look at me, when you go out there, know that the doubt you had is that myself, I am a product of what you talk about. I am a product of one thing, God's doing. In all ways, in leadership, in all ways. So if you came here and you had doubts that what you read in the Bible, what you think about, what you teach, what you preach, if you had any doubt before that could it be, maybe, could it be, maybe not, the maybe not part, leave it on your table today, because I want to confirm to you if you had any doubt. Remove everything else in this world. What makes sense is what you teach and what you preach about. Even if I was to add my speech there, that to me is very important. Many times you see us as leaders, politicians, talking many things and doing things, and what is a human being? What is a human being? When you look at it deeply and think, you relate stories of the Bible from Joseph to David. You relate all the stories from Hezekiah to anyone else. Then you realize God can use anyone. And if God can use anyone, it therefore means it's not about you. It's about who is using you. You've read the story of the prophet he sent. You know better than me about these matters. Go to this home. I want you to anoint somebody. The very well looking come. Must be this one. No, not this one. Other ones come. So everyone had come. There was no one to be anointed. Then, is there anyone here? Anyone else? Yeah. Can you just imagine it was you? Is there anyone else? Meaning all the people had been called. Is there anyone else? Yes, there is. Lakini, he's looking after the goats. Can you call him? We see. then he comes and it's the one. So is it about him or is it about where the power is coming from? It's about where the power comes from. And if we internalize that every day, we'll always be humble. Even as African politicians, we will always be very humble. To realize that the responsibility we have, so many people can do them. So it is important that when we have the responsibility, we just do it to the best of our ability. Because there are so many people who can be used, but you have that privilege. As church leaders here today, all of us are leaders in this hall. That can you imagine, there's no scarcity of people on who can be used to do exactly what you do. So that because you have that privilege to do it, you lose nothing by doing it with all the capacity you have. You lose nothing.